want mine back in my house.
Yeah, we did make it.
This one has a pocket.
We haven't been up there.
We haven't been up yet.
Right, yeah.
This one has a towel. This one has a pocket.
Let's see, move aside.
How are you? Good to see you.
He's over there.
Hi, Carl. How you doing?
This one is all Lynn's family.
Okay. I think she does dolls. I'm sure. I haven't seen it before. No, I haven't. Really?
Anna, I have to do something. Hello. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Good. You remember Anna?
Hold it.
I will let you hold it in a little bit.
Oh, this is the look at this. Oh. Oh, this is
Bison, skunk, pheasant, swan, geese, mountain goats, cougar.
Yeah, she probably could. You're in my way. Thank you.
Maybe Grandma could have made one of these.
I'm sure.
Some societies they eat dessert.
Yeah, this one is I didn't get a chance to see it laid out for you. To the Washington State
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I am looking here. Is this who you wanted to show me?
Hey. It's a quilt by Lynn Mitchison.
Great. I thought it was done this week. You can start hiccuping. Hello, Anna. How are you? Did you? Okay, sure.
Hi, Bonnie.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I said, this unit thing.
Yeah. Radiator cap blew off. That's what time you had tuna.
Here you go. That's what took the kills too. You're not getting anything home. You did it.
It's a wedding issue or something.
Sell these ashes
Hey, Charles.
How you doing? Fine. How you doing?
They will just brought the stuff without the sugar.
Great.
No, I can eat it.
Anna.
Nice to see you, bro.
I like your sparkling thing. Hi, Jan.
Celebration Sunday. How are you?
Good.
I saw Anna earlier.
Hello, how are you? How's your winter going?
Good.
So Jan, would you be able to go around and identify all the quilts for me?
I could identify some of them.
Okay. Anna, the answer is no.
I don't know.
No, I haven't been. Okay.
This was a website put together by, help me. This was put together by the first disciple study back in 1995 to 96. And then Nancy Rhodes did all the costs.
Okay.
You saw this. Ellen was just telling me, that was explaining about that. You might want to
Okay, where's Jan? Whoever could provide it. We'll go up.
They're the same pattern. I don't know where they were made, but they belong to the Mitchison family.
Okay.
And the quilt in the middle, of course, is the historic bicentennial Chatham quilt.
That's right.
And it has
Do we have a key as to who made
each
the
block.
squares?
No, Jane could probably tell you. Each of the blocks.
Would you
Can I scoot across?
You could give me a commentary as to what you know about these quilts. I understand this one belongs to you.
Yes.
Actually, all of them belong to
Okay.
Well, this one was my mom's, and this one is ours. But now this is Kyle's.
Okay.
And this is the bicentennial quilt that everybody in the community pitched together to make, and made different squares, and then assembled it and quilted it together. And this one, Tom and I were in the Amish country, and I saw it, and Tom just went crazy over that quilt, and I thought, I should get it for him. And when I got home from vacation, I wrote to them and said, I'd like to buy this quilt. And meanwhile, he had called home and talked to Kristen and said, write to them and buy that quilt. And so when we got home, I said to my mom, well, I wrote to the people and getting that quilt for Tom. And she said to Kristen and Tom, hey, she's going to screw this up. So they wrote again and said, now you write back to her and tell her, oh, it's sold, but we'll make you another one if you want. So I thought, well, I'm not going to order one. And I kind of gave up. And then it was my birthday, and I went up to go to bed, and
it was on the bed.
the quilt was like, he'd snuck in and put it on the bed. So it was really special.
And whose is this one says?
Joan Gross. They all have tags on them, who they belong to. But see, this quilt and this one that Barbara Zattel made are all the same pattern,
Right.
but they're different looking because of the fabric choice.
What, is there a name to the pattern?
I'm sure there is.
Well,
I forgot the name on this one, but it was neat at the time.
it's partially tumbling blocks and partially something else. I really don't know.
Can you tell me about any of the other quilts?
It's also a log cabin
Yeah,
variation.
it is.
Because, but it's not a traditional log cabin because the size of the strips is
Wider.
Yeah, it varies. So it's really kind of neat.
Are there any other quilts that you can tell me about?
Well, the one on the piano is Jane Rendell's.
Oh, you have to get a close up.
Okay. This is a crazy quilt?
Yeah. And it was made by her father's sister.
Can you hold it up for me? Would that be?
It's all embroidered, and some of it is ribbon put down with embroidery.
Mm-hmm.
It's all flowers, velvets and satins. It's a real piece of beauty.
When did she make this?
The woman who made it died in 1916, so it was prior to that. I don't see a date on it.
It's beautiful.
I can feel the leather.
Yeah. And this is a signature quilt that was given to, I believe his name is Erskine Arnold, and he's a relative of Vicki Wills, Lois's family. And he was a pastor somewhere north of here, and his parish all signed the quilt and gave it to him.
That's wonderful.
And this one is James. This is a log cabin.
Now, okay, then this is a star pattern, which is different than the star pattern.
And
Okay.
then these two are just quilt tops. They're not backed.
Right.
And the one on the altar,
Who made these?
belong to Joan Gross. Her grandmother made them. And on the altar is a cathedral window quilt that was that Barbara Zattel made of their daughter's clothing pieces. And the one behind the cross is Jane Rendell's also, I believe. And this one is, the pink one is Jan Langlois. I think her aunt made that. And a wedding band, double wedding band quilt here that's Joan Gross's. Barbara Zattel made the hangings.
Oh my gosh, those are.
Outstanding hangings. This one, the white one with the crosses here was made, we believe, during the First World War by Bill Kramer's great-grandmother. And then the blue one with the pink is Ruth Earls. That's a really beautiful piece. Gorgeous, gorgeous
It's
quilt.
very textured.
Yeah, a lot of quilting work there. And this one is over 100 years old, and it was made by Lori Tillman's great-great-grandmother. And this basket one, I believe, is made by Doris and Marguerite Terwilliger. And that's interesting because it has the corner pieces are cut to
Right.
the triangles. This one is made of sheets.
Hi. You can get
Valerie.
in. That's all right. Hi.
Picture taken. Sorry, Anna.
And this is another one from the Kramer family.
It has fans. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
and then there are more fans here that are from my attic.
Oh, that's beautiful. Where did that come from? There's a full one in the center.
Right.
The starburst.
oh, tell me about this one. You want to know exactly how old it is?
Exactly how old is it?
160.
160.
Wow, that's good. My great-grandmother.
So where did this come from? I mean, it's in your attic, but
It was in my family. A lot of the quilts were just in my family. I'm sure somebody back there in my heritage made it, but I'm not sure who. The pink one that's pretty faded, my grandmother made. And that Leslie Williams
yes.
made this with my grandmother. And this one belongs to Kevin Zimmer, who will soon be our son-in-law.
Ooh la la.
And his grandmother made that for him, and he has used it as a kid growing up, and it has a lot of loving wear. There's another signature quilt there.
And where did this come from?
My family.
Oh, okay. So this is signed by members of your family?
And well, friends. I think friends signed it, and then she's.
Do you know who did this one in the corner?
That's mine too, the red and blue one, and I'm not really sure of the origin.
Thank you.
Only one finger.
That's
One
beautiful.
patch is shredded, the fabric is right.
Is that right?
All the rest of them have held up perfectly.
I've never seen one like that. I
No.
never have.
No. A few people say they have.
Okay, thank you.
See it, they don't agree because theirs doesn't match at all. I don't mean to brag.
Okay.
No.
Yep.
It's
Kids all drew their hands.
Could you help her hold it up, Anna?
Kids all drew their hands
Right.
using fabric markers. And yeah. And then I put and Lynn Mitchison drew the centerpiece. The words on there are from a song that the kids sing in Sunday school. And then I just put it together with colors that are they used in the church as the colors of the season: red, purple, green, and white.
That's wonderful. That's great. Thanks.
All the kids' names are on the back,
Oh, great.
so that in future times
Posterity, we know who Elizabeth is.
we know who Elizabeth is.
And Travis and Emily,
Yeah, and Chad.
right? And Mallory and Austin. Hi, Elizabeth.
And Cody. Mine, that was when I was a little song.
No,
Oh, she was a little smaller.
I know Mary Beth.
Yeah, there we go. Hello, sir. No, it's not yet, dear.
Hey, let's walk it. Let's go.
Here.
Do you have a video in?
I do.
You're making a video. But you said in a little while.
And, so George, can I get you to narrate what that says?
Which side?
You have such a good voice for this.
I'm sorry?
Can you narrate what it says on there?
It says that this quilt is owned by Joan Gross and Bob Carpenter, friends of Betty Huntley and the Mitchison family, whose summer home is on Kinderhook Lake. The quilting was done by Joan's grandmother in the late 1930s, and along with many others, was given to Joan as a little girl after her grandmother's passing. Joan's mom put the backing on and tied off.
That golf course, they got a
Many
beautiful.
are still waiting for completion.
What a setting for brain for them they got with that. Some of
It's up on the altar. Now, did you see, these three quilts are all the same. This one has the center
I know.
diamond, and then all the dots are counted and lights from the other.
We're helping over Holly Road.
And the lights are on.
Okay, that I know.
And the dots are on the left. but
It's
this one-
between 203 and 28, I was telling you about.
Oh, okay, right.
It's a log cabin variation.
That's correct.
Is there another name for it? Like a feathered star log cabin?
That's only, Holly Road's the only exit.
I made that one there, which is exactly the same thing, and they called it, all they said was it was a log cabin variation. But you know, most of them have 3 or 4 different names anyway, the same one, so. And I made that for just a cover for,
That's a pretty narrow.
a cloth for a table, a round table that my mother had, and she had it on there for years and then moved and didn't have a space for it, so we knew that.
I'd like to get some back. Give it away.
I'm just tagging along to get the narration.
Okay.
I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. This is, did you see this fan?
Yes.
The fan, I've never seen the fan put together in that way. We had another fan here a few weeks ago, and then it was taken downstairs. But this fan is a square. It's made up of a square like this.
Excuse me.
Doesn't take.
Oh, yeah. Right, and typically what happens when people put it together is they don't have it on the bias like this. They have it straight up on like this. And then all the fans are up and down facing in the same direction. What this person has done is they've put it on the angle and then move the squares around so that the fans come together, and then to give the dimension of a circle and sun, the quilting is not straight. It reflects the fan. I think this is just a wonderful piece. This is Grandma's garden, and we have a few of those.
Are you related to that quilt?
Yes.
Could you tell me about it?
Okay. I don't know enough about it, really.
But you know more than I do.
Yeah.
We have to agree on that.
Yeah, well, it was made by my great-great-grandmother. I think it's about 160 years old. And she did it all by hand stitch. Everything's done. Oh, no, that isn't. There is machine stitching. I thought I was wrong.
They might have redone the backing
Yeah.
later.
But this is all done hand here.
Neato. How'd you get it?
My grandmother sold her house and handed everything down. So, and then I stuck it away in the trunk, and I thought,
Oh yeah.
tucked in there where nobody can get it.
Okay. Thanks.
These are her daughter. Are these your daughter's bathing suits? This is
Yes.
the one, isn't
How
it?
could that be?
How could?
How could she have that many bathing suits?
Well, not all of them are bathing suits, but a good number of them are. And this is one that I made after, you know, Kathy was a pre-Olympic swimmer. And so she had thousands of bathing suits because when you compete in like a solo and a duet and a team, you have 3 different bathing
Oh,
suits.
right. Good.
Plus you have a team suit. So a lot of these are,
All bathing suits.
they're all bathing suits.
I thought this was the one you told me. And this is the one I was asking you about.
Yep, that's the
I
one.
thought you said you were carrying her today.
No, no. I started when she was little itty bitty. This is like a little dress that my sister-in-law made for her.
I stand corrected.
So it's, yeah.
What is the pattern?
It's called Cathedral Windows. And eventually it will go to her. But I'm keeping it for a while.
Yeah.
Got it? Isn't that beautiful? I don't know what that pattern is called. You can tell it's very old. The quilting is very close. It's got some wear in the middle of it. It says 1865.
Wow.
It's over 100 years old. Can you such good
Yes.
position for that? It's wonderful.
It has a name to the left.
Yes, I can't read it.
It actually has a lot of writing on it.
William, Helen. Oh, I think it says Grosjean. I think it says Grosjean, which means that it belongs to Ralph's family. Ralph
Helena or something like that.
Helena Williams Grosjean? Could that be? I don't know. We'll have to find out.
1865.
This is the double wedding band is very difficult to do because none of it is square. None of it is square.
Joan Gross.
Joan Gross belongs to that. And some of it's been worn to a point where the stitching in the center has worn out here from people sitting on it. Like you sitting on it, except we're on your bed. Right? That one I did when I was finishing up my doctoral work, right? And that's a scar that I stuffed, and that's when you were slung. I just like the colors on that. But that's also, it's strip quilting. It's just strips and strips sewn together into different shapes. And then with the log cabin, that's a few years old.
You do the one with the pinwheels too?
Yeah.
At least I call them pinwheels.
Those 3 are mine. Yeah.
Could I ask you to hold up that one, the fan?
Yes. That's not mine. Why doesn't someone else help hold
Well,
it?
I just.
Nobody's taking my picture.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay, Bob, you hold the other end up. That people can really see it.
That's great. Thank you.
That's just a special one.
Can you hold up this one as well?
Sure.
It seems like there's a completed fan in the center of this.
This is a variation of a fan. Yep. And you'll see the way they put together like this.
Like Joker's coat.
Yep. This is very heavy. This is flannel and wool. I can feel the wool in that.
Wow.
That's got to be very old. With
That's a real winter quilt.
with a feather stitching in between. I don't know how old. Is there a mark?
Belongs to Lynn Mitchell.
It's Lynn Mitchison's also.
Okay.
That's been worn.
Yeah, worn and loved.
That's right. Yeah, part of me is always sad when I see it disintegrating, but it means that people have loved it and have been comforted by it, which is the whole idea.
Hi, Andy.
There's one downstairs that Jane Rendell needs to narrate to you.
Okay.
It's beautiful with the stitching in it. Belonged to her. It's 1930 or something like that at least, and it's belonged to a great-great aunt of hers. It's the prettiest quilt, a crazy quilt that I've ever seen.
You know what I'm envious of? Maybe it's of Kyle Mickelson.
Why?
That is his quilt right there, made by his grandmother.
No, that one I came from
No, this one.
this one?
This one here, not that one right there.
Oh, this one, the square.
No, right there.
I think it's the square one.
No, right on the bottom there.
Oh, the bottom one on the seat.
No, the one above it. Right in the corner, it says Betty Huntley,
Oh, really?
and it was given to Kyle.
Oh, really? I thought that one came from the Amish country as well. No?
Did they come from the Amish? It did.
It
Okay,
did,
it
yeah.
did. Okay, but I'm still envious.
Okay.
It's a gorgeous quilt.
Yes, that she bought it when she was
know, it's the same
down.
as this one. And Lynn bought that one.
And then we bought that.
Then they both came from the Amish company.
Right, and it's a variation of a center square with lights on one side and darks on the other, which therefore it's the same as this. So it's a variation of a log cabin. It's called log cabin variation. See, we women are very neat the way we do this
There's a
stuff.
science to it.
There really is. As a matter of fact, some of the modern artists are men who at one point were engineers and were just enamored by their wife's activities. And some of the very famous one, a man by the name of James, is doing just beautiful, new, vibrant works. And that one that I did is a variation of a James quilt.
Okay.
So this is a Dresden
I was
plate.
kind of thankful that Pastor Bob didn't make us roll that back up in fall. They would have been singing,
It's called
singing
Dresden
for a
plate,
long
and it's
time.
supposed to be a very famous European center for China in Germany. And these are all the colors that that would go into that plate. This is the one. The Dresden plate. Yes, that's my grandmother's garden or flower garden.
Does that mean that very heavy winter quilt that we were looking at is really a Dresden plate that's been broken into fans?
No.
Well, it's not the shape; it's the colors.
Well, you know, it's probably it's. Where's the fan? What do we do with the fan?
Right here.
It's the fan, right? Typically,
Like quarters of it, doesn't it?
yes, it looks like quarters of it, but it's constructed a little bit differently. The Dresden plate is constructed differently than that. The fan is always in a square like that, and part of a square. The Dresden plate is a plate by itself without being in a square.
Oh, okay.
But you're right, in terms of the way it looks, there's similarities between the two. They may have been cousins at one point.
What's interesting? The state used to, architecture firm used to be on the first two floors.
He's on the committee. My daughter is with your daughter. If my daughter is outside with your daughter, tell her I'm looking for her, will you? Just about to pull up. Yeah, so that's good.
Thanks, Dan. That was nice of you.
We had a high fees, and we had
Hi. Are you really videotaping? Yeah.
Whatever you want. We're looking into it. Whatever you want.
Say hi. Hi. I can't look at that picture.
I thought about it, but then
It's actually in color. There's all the foods.
Yeah, well, that's an excellent idea.
This
You know, this
is
cheese
all
was
you-
good too.
I guess Miriam was putting.
Ooh, here's brownies. Ooh, there's some chocolate.
In the classroom. Doris Appel was in here today, was she?
They're not going to be here till end of March or something.
Oh, really? Did they go away?
He's taking a picture. Banana box.
No mercy for you. No mercy. He's like an Indian on the warpath.
But it'll keep them coming back.
Here's a toy room.
It's free. Oh, thank you.
Here, Mom.
Take a bite?
It's yours.
eaten the egg. Nom, 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 nom.
Here's my baby
Thank
baby. No, another egg. And here's her little friend. And here's my big baby.
Oh, there's a dog in my egg.
No. When I left, before you could eat it, this one.
Take a picture of all the quilts in.
All right, my daddy did.
Oh, well, that
Yep.
registered. They didn't register. Okay, really sense.
Excuse me.
She's taking our picture.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fun? Are you sure there's a film in it?
Yep.
There is.
There's a movie in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
if the red light's on, it's working,
Yes, that
right?
means it's
Yeah,
working.
it's working.
Well, this is lovely.
And here's one right here.
Here we go. Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. Here we go, up the stairs. Early in the morning. But I don't think it's very early in the morning. Oh. This is a quilt show. I think my dad showed you everything. Oh, you're heavy. Oh. This is a beautiful quilt, isn't it? And here's one that has everything on it. Well, almost everything. Here's this, and here's a tree. Hi, little boy. Oh, you're fuzzy. There. Hi. You're not fuzzy anymore.
Also ask them about other independent, when do you hope to have someone contact you tomorrow?
I'll talk to your KBC then.
Well, I know someone in the Eddie Foundation in Cemetery.
Right.
You have fabrics like this at my house. Oh, and there's a glasses. Oops.
Watch where you're headed.
Oh. Oh, do you want to see something real cool? I'll read you all the names if you can't read them. There's Tyler, Lauren, Austin, Stephen, Sarah, Mary Beth. Hi. Here's one heart. Another. You can see the heart. Hi, little boy. All right. Ouch, 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 ouch. You're so heavy. Oop. Let's go see what we can see.
That's a brand new building, and it may be filled now, but you might want to put someone's name on a waiting list.
Is that 66?
No.
Is that on, I'm sorry, 20?
No, if you go on 203 here, and you go...
I usually come across the Albany Turnpike.
No, we'll get on 203.
203, and just ahead,
Oh, nobody
203,
wants
just kind of go
us,
to the right
so let's...
here, and keep on
Oh, we can't go that way. Show you.
This winter off the ground, so we're hoping that will help prevent any further rival deterioration. And what we'd like to do eventually is gather some funds to restore it to its former life. And we also knew that the Lloyd Welsh collection was here at the library, this wonderful array of photos and memorabilia, and we were concerned about getting it preserved and getting it cataloged. And I think for most all of us, this is such a wonderful, wonderful community that we, back, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, when the New York State Thruway was threatening to build a rest stop down the road here, a mile outside of this village, and we all got together and fought that effort and did so successfully.
I think we began to appreciate anew just how much this community really meant to us. And I think there's something really spiritual about it. I go out on my back porch at night and I look up at those stars, and I think back to when the guy who first owned my house, Andrew's Weederwax, must have stepped out back and looked up at those same stars, you know. And I've traced the history of my house about as far back as I can get. My house was owned by Henry Weederwax, one of Andrew's sons. And it's just been a wonderful journey of discovering who these people were, what they did, how they survived here when times were a lot more difficult, than they are today. But this community has survived, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, a couple of world wars, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Depression. It's survived major changes in the economic fabric, and yet it has continued to survive, and it's continued to thrive. And so I think we all thought that, if we hope to have that same sense moving forward, that we've really got to find a way to preserve the marvelous history that gave rise to it in the first place. And so a group of people got together and said, should we do this? Because we were also concerned that the library has its own needs, and we were a little concerned that if we set up, if the restoration of the old library was done under its auspices, that might drain some of the resources that they need to maintain the library. So we thought that maybe setting up a separate group would be a good thing to do. And we got together, had an organizational meeting back in August, I guess it was, and got a great turnout of 20, 25 people, which is a great turnout for a hamlet that has some 200 people in it, I think.
People don't get a church on average Sunday.
That's right. And so
this Sunday was different.
Right.
I want you to know, this Sunday was unique.
There was a wonderful quilt sharing that went on over at the church today. There must have been, how many would you say?
Going on?
30 or 40 quilts there?
Oh, at least.
At least. And some wonderful ones. Yeah. So we decided to, by unanimous acclamation, to form the Historical Society and get going. And we set up a committee to put together bylaws and all the rest of the stuff. One of the things I don't think you really appreciate until you get into starting one of these organizations is just how complicated a process it really can be in terms of, you have to have a constitution and bylaws, you've got to have a board of trustees, you either have to incorporate or, a wonderful thing in the state of New York, apparently the only state in the nation that is, its museums and libraries are chartered or incorporated under state education law. They're not incorporated under the corporate law. And that's not true in other states around the country. So the mechanism for incorporating is to apply to the Regents of the University of the State of New York for a charter. And but as you can imagine, the paperwork in doing that is fairly grand, and so.
Since George would say so, I have to say that George Baldwin single-handedly has pretty much been the person who did all that. And it is absolutely mind-boggling what he's had to do to get through the state charter procedure and all the requirements that they have, all the way down to, I think, the real payoff was when we got a note back. It was more than a note back saying that our list of officers, which had to be notarized, their signatures notarized, was not proper because they notarized the whole list. They had to be individually notarized. So it came back. So we could individually notarize all the officers' signatures.
But please, only say good things about them because we want to get our charter.
My point is that he took care of doing all of this. And I mean, this is only about a small part of it.
You're welcome to look through this if you want at some point. This is sort of what the chartering process is like. This is the petition letter that goes to the state identifying who the trustees are, and of course a check, and then some questionnaires that they ask you to fill out. You have to do a financial statement. There are biographical sketches of all of our trustees in here, which they ask for. You have to do a thing on your history, which is a pretty hard thing to do when you just started the organization. And then and what your achievements have been, and what your short-term and long-term goals as an organization are. So it's a pretty comprehensive document, and I think, to their credit, what they're trying to do is make sure that there's really this to an organization like this, and we've got the resources, available to put something like this together. And you apply for a provisional charter, and then that can be extended, I think, once or twice. And if you are successful in achieving your objectives, you may one day be able to get a permanent charter, which is, of course, what we hope will ultimately happen to us. So we had a meeting to pass the bylaws and the Constitution and to elect officers and trustees. We did that back in November, I think it was. In December, we began our first charter membership appeal. And I don't know if you've seen the letter that went out, but I know Joy's got copies of them, and welcome to this. This was the proclamation that called people to our organizational meeting, and this was the fundraising appeal that went out. And thanks to both of your papers also for printing a copy of this as a letter to the editor as well. We didn't really know what to expect in terms of who would respond, how many people. And I'm really pleased to say that today we have 60 members of the society, which is also pretty impressive, and we raised more than $2,500, which is not inconsequential, I think. And the financial resources are really important to any new organization to get it off the ground and get it going. But clearly, I think, as important has been the moral support of everybody in the community. We've gotten some wonderful, wonderful letters from some people who lived here many years ago, who remember the village with great fondness, and have joined us from Arizona, California, Florida, and other points. And so it's been nice to get reconnected to those people, and it's been great fun. We've had neat little things to say, which you can read some comments from in our newsletter, which just went out.
I've got all this in the packet too, so if you miss any names.
That's Joy McIntosh.
Hi, I've talked to both of you many times.
And some neat little comments on the back, like, went to first and part of second grade in the old schoolhouse. Remember the old cider mill, the back of Hogel's, and certainly remember the trolley and peer pudding was to watch out for the third rail. Can wish you luck in your undertaking. Think you'll probably need it. So sort of neat kind of comments. So we're really excited. Today's our first event. Bob Monti, who some of you may know from other slideshows, I've gone to two of his, one in Kinderhook that he did for the Historical Society, the County Historical Society, and one in Chatham that he did for the in the Firehouse Theater. Just has this wonderful, wonderful collection of old photographs, just these treasures. And for people who love history, there's nothing I think more magical than
turnout. Obviously, we were not prepared for this crowd. On behalf of the North Chatham Historical Society, it's my pleasure to welcome you today to our first event, and a very special event it is. For those of you who have not yet had the pleasure of listening to Bob and Evelyn Monti do one of the wonderful, wonderful slide presentations, you are in for a remarkable treat. You really are. You'll be really pleased to know that we're not going to trouble you today with any sort of business items at all. We're just going to move straight into our program. But I did want to take the opportunity first to, of course, welcome you here today warmly to this event, and secondly, to thank each of you personally for the incredible outpouring of interest and enthusiasm in this endeavor. Little did we think last summer when we sat down and asked the question about whether or not we should start a historical society that we would have such huge, huge interest. It has really been wonderful. Thanks to our charter membership drive under the auspices of Russ Deo, our treasurer and membership chair, we now have 60 members in our society, and we've raised $2,500. The financial support is incredibly important to us. But even more important, I think, is the moral support that so many people believe, as we do, that preserving our history is a wonderful, wonderful thing. We've done a lot of other things as well. Ann Zattel, who's our vice president and chair of the programming committee, is going to plan some wonderful events for us, just like this one in the future. Lois Arnold, who heads up our collections committee, we've begun the very important work of inventorying the wonderful, wonderful Lloyd Welch collection of old photographs and other memorabilia. And we have a lot of work to do there yet in preserving that wonderful material. But I'm pleased to be able to tell you that today, at least, it now sits in a fireproof file cabinet. So at least we have begun the preservation efforts to some degree. Thanks to Steve Dieterman, our secretary, and the chairman of our properties committee, and to the very special efforts of Larry and Pat Cavanero. Now our wonderful old little library that sits out back has been lifted up to prevent any further rot and deterioration. And we believe that these are the first precious steps in our finally being able to return that building to the glory of its past. Thanks too to Joy McIntosh for her wonderful work on the publicity committee, and to our local newspapers, the Courier and the Independent, for all the wonderful ways that they've given us to get our message out to the public. So we've only just begun. We've got a lot of wonderful things in front of us. Welcome to this event. Thank you so very, very much for your wonderful support. And without further ado, Ian Zattel, our Vice President and Chair. Two more seats up front.
There's also some floor space up here if anybody's able to sit on the floor. Many of you have seen presentations by Bob and Evelyn Monti, and some of you, I'm sure, have not. You're in for a marvelous surprise. A bird told me yesterday that they had planned one carousel's worth of slides because they were going to present a little bit of history about North Chatham and a little bit of stuff about the railroad. And they discovered from a publication that they didn't know that they were historians and photo archivists. And they got so carried away by suddenly being identified as photo archivists that we now have 3 carousels. Many of you, however, who have seen presentations by Bob and Evelyn will agree with me, I'm sure, that they are truly photo archivists because they are collecting, preserving, and maintaining very valuable photographs of places in Columbia County. So without further ado, may I present Bob Monti and Evelyn.
Thank you.
I do.
Yeah, that's too bad. Huh? Oh, I didn't see you there. I said my opening remarks were going to be, I don't know if we can live up to this type that we've been reading about ourselves. But we're going to try. And to get back to the carousels, we have parts of 3 carousels, and I'm to keep this speech under 3 hours. Just a little bit of information. The Kinderhook and Hudson Steam Railway was opened in 1890 from Hudson to Niagara. In 1900, the Albany Hudson Railroad Power Company, they electrified the rail system with a 3rd rail. In March 1903, it is now known as the Albany Hudson Railroad Company. In 1909, we get to be known as the Albany Southern Railroad Company. And in spite of what you read sometimes, it is not the Albany and Southern, it's Albany Southern. The last trip, which you probably all know, is 11/21. Leave it there. You see how I shake them up, Charlie? The last trip was December the 12th, 1929, December 21st, sorry. The station's on the Albany Southern line, I'm sure you people all know, and I'm sure that many of these pictures today, some of you have seen, and maybe a lot of them you haven't seen. So my 3 hours is up. We're going to get right to our program.
Where did the lights go off? I don't know.
This is, I think, more or less set up for the end of the program, to ask questions and so forth. I'm hoping that my trolley and train man from Germantown will get here.
Is he here?
Is he here?
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, you got a chair up front, though.
Come up front so you can talk on some of these. There's a chair up front here for you.
We're gonna start down the Hudson Station. That's the Hudson train station. To our knowledge, the trolleys did not have a place to deposit their trolleys down there, and we'll get to where they were afterwards. We're gonna leave the station and go up South Front Street and show you where the trolley got out of the city. And when we get up to 7th Street, we will tell you about that area. You're heading up Warren Street. One thing when we show slides, especially Hudson, you can see that spire. We always know where we are. That's the Presbyterian Church Tower. This is, we're west from 6th Street, showing the trolley coming up. And this one's up there, was with this picture, we'll be showing it. The trolley line right up the center of Warren Street. Might notice the horse watering trough.
Do you want me to click if you have to keep adjusting this?
No, I'm all set. Good thing. Believe it or not, many years ago, there's a trolley track coming up there. That's the old Methodist church. And today sits the former Hudson City Savings Bank, which the county is going to take over. We are at Warren and 6th Street. I wish we could give you the date. Now we got the bank. My wife always comments on these, the colorful, what do you call it, awnings?
Before air conditioning, they had to have warnings.
Once again, you'll see the Presbyterian, no, that's the Reformed Church, sorry. Warren Street, you're looking west from 7th Street. Up comes the trolley again, and we'll go across North 7th Street here. If I go too fast, hollow. Once again, you can see the tracks coming and going up North 7th Street. And that is the Presbyterian Church. I'll take it back. This picture came this way, and how many of you ever remember the silent policeman? This track is, we know as the B&A, I don't know what they call it now. It goes up to as far as ADM in Greenport. And once again, we're crossing North 7th Street. Do I have to say anything? In a picture in a few minutes, we will show you the snowplows they had. Once again, we are at the intersection of 7th. There we go. This is the city square in Hudson. The trolley is over on North 7th. If they stayed in Hudson, they went as far as Columbia and turned right. If they went to Albany, they stayed straight, and we will be following them. There's our snowplows. Told you we get to them.
Showing some back-breaking labor.
Now this trolley is coming up, going up Columbia Street, and to get back to a question I was asked yesterday, there is the old Gifford Wood building. Ellen? Okay. We went on up Fairview Avenue and came down the hill. And once again, you don't have to water the horses for that, it's electrified now. went on out, you're at the end of, that's Green Street, Fairview Avenue. You're heading out to what we always called the car barn. There, we found the car barn. This is on Fairview Avenue, Route 9, and right across from Glenwood Boulevard, where I was brought up in number 6. We lived there most of the time. We used to go over there and play around.
Tell them what this is now.
Oh, Niagara Mohawk, how about?
Niagara Mohawk's there now.
Well, my southern station at Stoutville, I should have mentioned before, there were a lot of flag stops in between. This is pre-1905, we can date this one. I should have noted the third rail for it. Yeah, we're going to go up to what they call Rossman Center. Right there you'll find the old trolley station there. And you would be heading north up through there and then back across the creek again. This is Rossman, not too good a picture, but like I said before, we take them, try to get as much out as we can. It was also known as the Gould Station. They had a wreck in Rossman. I do not know the date. You, Dale, any chance?
No, I don't. I know a friend of mine has a piece of the car body from that wreck. Jim Harder's parents had it.
That's the one Hilligus was in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's the Rossman Station again, right here. No, that's not me waiting for the trolley.
Barefoot too. I hope he doesn't step on the third rail.
The Empire Bridge in Stockport, Rossman, we got a little ahead of ourselves, but this is the way it came. Down, they call this the Empire Railroad Bridge. If you go down today, the road that goes past the Stockport Firehouse, the road where they say stay off and so forth, you would find this bridge there, and they had the Empire Loom Works down there also. Let's see, is this one, not the Stock, the Rossman one, let's tell better than that. Yeah, that was the Stockport station. We're up in Stuyvesant Falls now. There's the old Methodist church. I'll show you about where it stood. Right over in here you'll find the Catholic church over on Route 9. That church is not there anymore. You are heading north, the old horse barns for the church. Stuyvesant Falls, New York. That's one of the stations.
This is a very old picture. That's why it's so faded.
There's the Falls station again. That stood in the neighborhood of where that big mill is now. In fact, if you go down around New Street, it stood right on the corner. This would take you up to Route 9. Whatever June 4th is, well, we think it's a carnival or something. There's the Albany Hudson Depot in Stuyvesant Falls, which will turn into the Albany Southern. No, we don't know the men. Now, every time we show this, we ask, does anyone ever know who owned the Locust Farm Milk Depot? Who owned the Locust Farm? Even the old timers in Stuyvesant Falls can't remember, so that must be pretty aged. We're now in Kinderhook. You know Kinderhook? Stewart's is here now. That's Route 9 to Valatia. And the trolley's going to cross the track right by North Point, which is over here. I should get paid for advertising. There we are, that's a better one. I like this because we got a brand new car in there. As I said before, you're heading towards Valatia, back to Kinderhook.
Tell me to call this Wilkins Crossing.
But, yeah, Wilkins Crossing.
They call this Wilkins Crossing.
If I miss anything, you tell me.
Because Wilkins gas station was where, and business was where Stewart's is now.
This is the first station of Kinderhook in 1898. This was on a glass plate, I believe it was, and they had picture taken. Just keep noticing the change. Like I said, this is probably still steam. There we are in 1898, one of the other glass plates they let us have with the freight cars in. We did quite a business on this all-day Southern. Milk, feed storage. $18.98, you can see it's a steamer. And it's called, what is it?
What's it say there?
Kinderhook and Hudson.
Kinderhook and Hudson, good, thank you. Now, there's the station, and I saw Pat here before. Look that one over, Pat, you already had, but
They've done a wonderful job of restoring this. They moved it over, as you all know.
it will be a home. This is a train and a trolley in 1904 crossing. Keep on going, you go up towards the cemeteries, Kinderhook. There we are looking back the other way. They tell me, the old timers, that was a Kinderhook taxi. I believe them. There we're turned around the other way, looking back over towards, I still call it the KPA, but the Agway operation that was over in there.
Soon to be Kinderhook townhouses, Pat? Is that what you call them?
Another picture, I like this one. This is not too good of a picture, but always we have people out there having their picture taken. Trolley. And this has to be early 1900. This is pre-1905. It's still the old Benny Hudson. I had a couple of pictures made up of this, and I happened to take one over to that lady. Well, you want to hear it. We had a happy lady that day. One more. Of course, you people wouldn't know that I live in Kinderhook, do you? That was quite a place there. Station here. That was 1914, by the way. Now we're going up Valatia. Still there. The old bridge is gone. It's over here now.
That's now an antique shop.
Right here. That house is still there.
The sign says antique.
That house over there, it's gone. We're still in Valatia, different time of the year. All aboard, gentlemen in bowlers and ladies in feathered hats, ready to get on. One thing we noticed about all these old-time pictures, that most everyone was dressed right to the hilt. The mill is gone. That place still there. You're heading north towards maybe this one. No, we're still in Valatia. Okay.
Can you go back and read the rest of the caption on that one?
Sure. Sure, I'll
All aboard, gentlemen in bowlers and ladies in feathered hats, Prepare to board the Albany trolley from the station in Valatia. The cars brought hundreds of visitors in the summer to nearby Electric Park, while some continued on to Hudson Lower Station to board the Hudson River Dayline boats.
All set. I'll say, anybody wants to back up, we can. We have reverse on here. As I said before, the mill is gone. That place down there, Bob Diedrich has both these things. That's on the creek leading up to Niverville. Third rail. That's the creek overflow, as we have been told, out of Niverville. The old Niverville station in 1921. As you rode into Niverville, don't step on the third rail.
Now the gas station and mini mart is here on the right.
Still got horse and wagon.
Across the road from the station.
Everything in that area is gone. I don't know, it says Electric Park here, and I think somebody's here from Electric Park. A lot of people have seen this one before. Excuse me, double track. We're up at Electric Park. There we are, Electric Park. You are looking north.
Bob, do you know how many people would fit in one of those trolley cars?
Help me there, Dale.
The big interurbans would hold about 60 people. That would be this car that went pretty much between Albany and Hudson. The small dinkies in the city probably were 40 or so. Average number, the average trolley in the average city. I don't know specifically these.
Still Electric Park, and we've got our picture taken, and you all know that's a cow catcher. That building, I think, burned in 42. Am I right, Paul?
He's over here.
Oh,
Paul, that building going for
that burned 42?
I think before that.
Before that. Now it's the site of the community hall on Kinderhook Lake. The lake would be behind here. We don't know where these people went to school, but if you look at how they spelled electric, people said that people told us they must have went to Martin Van Buren. I also heard maybe they went to Chatham.
Nobody went to kindergarten.
No. There's the lake. I have an idea. This is drawn by an artist. This is a busy day up there, and Electric Park was a busy time. 1901 to about 1916, yeah, about 1901 to 1916. The war was on, the automobiles were starting to come, and that was the end of it. Here, we're standing up by the tracks, the old boathouse. This is the backup, and we're still at Kinderhook Lake. The bridge to Kinderhook Point Hotel was down there. I went right on over, and I finally fell in the pond too. There's the Kinderhook.
Can you back up one? Was that what we now call Winslow's, and it's a residence now?
That's Winslow's.
Most of us remembered it when, okay.
Yep.
Yes, that's it. You can see the trolley car on the top one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a trolley car.
that's quite a few in there. Now, this is one of our prizes. I know it isn't too good, but no one had ever seen this before. And there's the bridge we were looking at. We're standing way up on 203 somewhere. Look at the trolley.
That whole area is all grown up now and built up with houses.
Nassau Station, oh, the next station was Nassau, huh? Okay. Don't worry, folks, we'll get back. We'll get back. They tell me there was a station here in North Chatham, wasn't there?
Crossing.
No
Sure
kidding.
was.
Yeah.
Jane had to get on the train somewhere.
Oh. That's the Nassau Lake Milk Station, burned in 1940. Old Sheffield. We're going to be up with you in a minute, Abel. In East Skodak, on the intersection on the road there, the old Main Hudson Railroad Station, no, it is not there anymore. This is going to be one of, oh, we put this in, we just got this picture. We're back in Stockport. I don't want to do it this way, but it just came the other day. This is the old Bertram House. There's the Stockport Bridge down Stockport Center. There's the old station. No, it did not come out too good, and we are going to have it redone. We should be able to see that pile. We figured they were all railroad ties, but we're not sure. I'm going to butt in on you for one first change here. Say what one I start on.
Just stop it.
There's your electricity, 6 cents per kilowatt. Did we ever decipher where this was taken? No. I got an idea it's from Hudson, but I don't know. We're back, now this is a little bit different, and we're going back down the Hudson River Depot, the old railroad station. Good night.
Even the moon's up in the sky on this picture.
Surprising how many people get in these pictures, huh?
Yeah.
We're still at the Hudson Street Railway, the New York Central and Hudson River Railroad Depot. And they say this could be a rebuilt horse car. I think we have an open air one coming up. We're up in Hudson somewhere. I would like to say it's 7th Street. There we are up around 7th Street in Hudson. See all the different railroads. The old fountain. And I think there was a sausage factory over there at one time. That would be on Columbia Street. There it is.
The good old summertime.
That one didn't run much in the winter.
That's just above the railroad station, going up Front Street. Well, there will be some repeats in this because this is a different character. So this is the car barn, which is now the Niagara Millbrook. This is number 28, the Hudson car barn. The trolley pole on the rear should be pulled down as the third rail shoes are on the rail.
Okay, this would be a good time, Dale. Would you tell them what that light is? I got the window, no, right behind me.
Oh, this one,
Yeah.
This is the railroad people call it, they're purely technical, and that's the way they enjoy it. But as far as classification there, this was probably on car 42. I can't prove it, but it was on one of the Albany Southern cars, marked Albany Southern. And it has two lenses. They displayed one to the side and one forward. If the train was moving forward at night, it was only used at night or late at night, otherwise they used flags at daytime. If it was moving forward at night, it was a clear light. And they could drop with a series, you can look at it later, open up a series of lenses, they can display a green light, which meant there's a following section. Everything was run on a schedule. You picked up a schedule and the train was supposed to leave at 8:04. That's when it tried to leave every time and arrive on time. So sometimes they had electric barges, for example, they might run 7 or 8 sections or 9 sections of a train. Train being just one trolley in this case, or maybe 2. And each one would display a green one saying, you know, I'm not the end of this, pay attention, there's another train behind me also on the same schedule. That can go on for 20, 25 minutes, which is very dangerous. So they displayed green to alert somebody, oh, it's not the end. The last guy would display white saying, I'm the end of it. When they turn around and ran the other way, they unloaded the same one on the back of the car, and it had a red indication, which is just like a tail light, no more complex than that. They had 100 names for them, but all this is a tail light saying, I'm going away from you. I'm not coming at you. So that's basically it. But it was a pretty neat design. It was state of the art for those days, the 1900s.
I might mention this is Dale Flansburgh from Germantown, who has quite a shop down south of Germantown on Route 9G. Railroad and trolley shop. Thank you, sir. This is a repeat. This is back in Stockport, I guess. Yes. Like that one said, there'll be some repeats here. There we are with the Gould. At one time, Rossman station was known as the Gould station. It was down here.
Which was first? Gould?
Gould. G-O-U-L-D.
Yeah,
And Jenny Bailey was the agent. I got this from my aunt, who's about 95 years old right now. This is where they had that accident south of Stuyvesant Falls. Windy Hill, I guess, at the right, Daddy. But this isn't the accident. This is they're posing for a picture. Daddy Sanford. And that 21 was the last car to run over the line in 1929. It was not Christmas, it was the 21st. Close to Christmas. Stuyvesant Falls, Sunnyside Station, where they picked up a lot of milk. A lot of the farmers brought their milk here. And as some of you know, this is old Route 9. So went right on around and come back out up there. Up on Ogden Road, which is now Lakey Bush Road in Kinderhook, where it crossed, we had a flag stop.
What is a flag stop?
If you wanted the trolley to stop at certain places, there was a whole bunch of them, and you could go out there and wave a handkerchief or anything like that, and they would stop. As long as it's convenient that there wasn't other traffic in the way, am I right?
Yeah, that might get a little bit.
This is our first impression of Kinderhook. So it says.
Somebody wrote on the card.
And I would say it's in the 1890s. There, whatever that, what's that?
Loading beer barrels at Kinderhook.
Beer barrel?
Our second impression.
A more lasting one, probably.
There we are, that's a repeat. Sorry, well, that's okay, we'll go right on. This is a little bit dark. This is the early 1900s also. We are still near the Kinderhook station. Oh, okay. Rural Life Company, real estate. Agway and Kinderhook. I can say back in 1915 and 16, it was kindergarten. There's a fellow still living in Kinderhook that went there. I don't know why 2 years in kindergarten, but
He started very young. He wasn't old enough to go in first grade.
Oh, okay. How about this? This came with the Kinderhook pictures. Yes, I believe that's our station. Albany Avenue right down through there. And by the way, if you people ever want to go, most all places are still visible where the trolley went through.
All we gotta do is follow the poles.
We're still in Kinderhook with a question mark. like I said before, they did a lot of milk business there, picked up milk. And that looks like the edge of the station. That you would be heading towards Wilkins Crossing. Here we are in Kinderhook with the station right down through there. On the other side of that building right there stood a house which was a Baptist church for about 14 years, I think it was. This is Albany Avenue taking you down to the village, by the traffic light today. And this is a repeat also. I get a big kick out of that guy. He hasn't moved yet since we showed the last one. This is Wilkins Crossing again, and that one.
Oh, well, we think that's a lady with a baby carriage and a little umbrella over it. That's the only thing I can figure out. Whether she's waiting for somebody to get off the trolley or not, we don't know.
It doesn't got a very long way.
No, the trolley's coming.
There it comes.
Maybe her husband's coming home from work and she's meeting
Oh,
him.
okay.
That's a nice story, right?
Electric Park again. This is a repeat also. The photo of everybody here knows where.
Can you read the caption?
Yeah, this is Baldwin Sealy went bankrupt before reaching Nassau when they were building this. This is down by what I remember as the Waldorf Farm. And if I recall right, I stand corrected, these things are still standing, right? Yep.
Where Little Lake Road's on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Waldorf Farm was way up in here. All right. Sweets Crossing. You know where that is. You go off of 203.
Between here and Nassau, right?
Yep. And I don't want to show this next one. Oh, that isn't it. We'll come to it. This is up in Nassau. I thought I put that other one in where we had a death in the family.
It might be.
Might be. Up in Nassau, so it says. Had a little snow this year.
February 1920, no mail for 3 days. Big snow.
That's the Stewart store now in Nassau.
Right now there.
Yes.
Yep. This railroad operated by an electric rail. They're in the Nassau station. Walking on the track or other trespassing is forbidden. But unfortunately, the dogs couldn't read it. No, this is at the Nassau Lake Station.
Is this where the pizza is?
Well, there's something there.
It was, but it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The building is grown, but it's just sitting there idle right now.
Yeah, that building was a Pizza Hut at one time.
Last
Dale showed it to us. The building is still there, but.
The East Kodak Station, when the railroad was still single track. Color yellow and green.
White and green, I think. Is this the house?
That's the station. No, that's gone. This is the house, still standing. This is the station standing as a house on Electric Road in East Greenbush.
Dale discovered it and we went up and looked at it the other day.
Got pictures too.
You know, just photographs.
Oh, when do I stop one? There, self-explanatory.
49.
There you get mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. We think at one time that was a trolley car. The Greenbush and Nassau Electric Railway. Whether they had anything to do about running on the Albany Southern line, I have no idea. This is what Rensselaer used to look like. We're here in Rensselaer. Go over the Dunn Memorial Bridge. This is 1909. Okay, it's safe to cross. This picture came with Rensselaer Pictures for asking help. Does anybody might know where this is? We're going to say it's Rensselaer until somebody tells us different. This is the old Rensselaer car barn. You all know where that stood, I'll bet you. You remember the Joy store, which they just destroyed? These buildings are still standing behind it. It was Albany Public Market at one time, am I
Yeah,
right?
it was Albany Public Market, then it became Toys Are Joys, or Joys Are Toys, or something like that. Now I think there's a go-kart or something thing in there. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a better view of it.
Here it is with the trolley cars, like
We
it's
even
supposed
got a
to.
track walker. Well, that helped quite a few, didn't it? Huh? Albany Southern Railroad, we think it's in the Rensselaer area somewhere. I would say that's a work train, Dale?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep, one of 2 work cars they had, as far as I know.
This is where it started in Hudson and ended up in Albany. They must have had a turnaround there, huh?
It's right in front of the D&H building,
Right.
what they call the plaza.
Yep.
That's where State Street ends, runs into Broadway. There's a loop there, there are about, I think, 7 or 8 trolley lines used it all together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Must have been pretty exciting on the street.
This is 1905. The card was sent in 1905, so it's anything earlier than that. It's a repeat there. What is the Albany Southern Freight Terminal in Albany?
The storage track on the
Storage
right.
track to the right.
Bob, some of the paper you returned, you gave me copies of?
Yes.
Some of the letterheads are from the Albany Southern, and earlier than that, Albany Hudson Fast Line headquarters, and they were in the D&H building. They were on the 6th floor, so they must have occupied the whole floor.
You notice how scarce that Albany Fast Line papers were?
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
about the only 2 that there was.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's another one. Is that a work train
Yeah.
also?
yeah. Well, they use that for power to take, as I understand, for hauling other flat cars off, they're reballasting lines, something like that, because it wasn't nearly as powerful as the other one. But that ended up on the, found in Johnstown Gloversville, I think, electric line after they went in business.
There we are. Cowan. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 12 on one side here, so 24 times 2, huh? I never went to school, so I don't know what that is. There we go. Now, we get a big kick out of this one. We think this is in East Greenbush somewhere. That's the peanut wagon. The horse trough. Don't forget the horses. And the open air trolley. A small one. You won't get 60 people in that one.
How fast did those trolleys go?
How fast the
I was
trolleys
going
go.
to say, when
Dale?
I was a child, a man named Miller used to take the mail from the trolley station to the post office, and he had a cart very similar to that he pushed the package of mail into the mail bags.
How fast?
Most of the time it was 35 to 40, but there was a stretch up near Nassau where it's a straight shot for almost 3 miles, and you hit 60 miles an hour.
They
You
did.
probably pushing the limit. Yeah, that's pretty much in Gordon's book. It covers that 2 places. Anecdotal information he's got from people.
You know the hot snow plows we had in Hudson? Look at the ones they get in Rensselaer. Question?
Was it heat in the cars? Oh, I don't know. Was it heat in the cars?
Yeah.
What's that?
Heat in the
Yeah.
cars?
Oh, yeah.
It was far from efficient though. If you sat in the right end, you got a lot of it. If you sat in the wrong end, you got none of it, I guess.
That's the car barn again in Rensselaer. Snow plow. What do you think?
Real plowing.
How they ever got it that high, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Going by time. This, just to show you a different type, maybe, a little bit different. Trolley. That's number 2. wherever we don't know. There's the Hudson Limited, I guess. Old Hudson Limited, and none of them have caught a cow yet. There you are. Buses, go ahead.
The last trolley to Rattleway to Hudson tomorrow. Buses to carry on work of development started by steam railroad nearly 40 years ago.
Oh, you want the whole that on there?
Yeah, if you'd read it, I think it'd be great.
What year was that, please?
This is 1929.
1929, when the last
29.
car went over the tracks.
I rode
December.
to high school from September until December 21st, my first year of high school, on
Oh.
the trolleys, and then the buses came.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had another way to get to school. I'm glad you had another way to get to school.
Oh, yeah. And we didn't have to walk all the way up to the station. We thought it was wonderful.
Well, I just wanted to get it for here because you won't be able to read it on the...
At 1:10 o'clock tomorrow morning, this is dated 21st. There are different dates, but they do not vary over 24 hours. The last electric car to run over the Eastern Utilities line from Albany to Hudson will bring its faithful few of passengers to the terminal here, then turn and flee back through the darkness to the barns in Rensselaer and oblivion. Well, I might read that bottom one down there. Besides by reports of lessening business, the beginning of the end came when application was made to the Public Service Commission to relinquish the Albany-Hudson line, the last remnant of the historic railroad. The last few cars remaining in the barns at Hudson have been taken to Rensselaer. Officials have as yet made no plans for their disposal. And we did learn that a couple of them were taken out the middle of New York State at one time. Yeah, right. Bear with us just a second here.
Do you want these things in there? Start at 56. You want that stuff out?
Yeah, let's
Hold that right there.
but everybody.
Right here in the village. First year it was in use, out in the fall. Those
We're going to wind up here with something about North Chatham.
there, now
The bridge and creek at R.B. Russell's in North Chatham. We should get a lot of input
that's the one
now.
right over here.
See that? We're going to get input. Oh, this will dwell on North Chatham.
Believed to be the smallest in New York State.
Mrs. Susan Whitman is the village historian.
Librarian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, let me borrow your glasses, Charlie.
In North Chatham.
Steve, that's your house.
Yeah, that's the end of Steve's house.
Would you like to pose with it?
Street view showing the post office in North
That's-
Chatham.
Yeah, and that's the library when it was a post office, down opposite my old place.
And what's on the left?
There's the library right there.
Located.
Is that the old hotel on the right?
Yep, that's the hotel over there, yeah.
Oh, okay, so the post office is on the left?
What's this?
But that was the post office building. It was located on the lower corner of Kramer property, the present Kramer property. And when it was no longer used as a post office, in 1917, I believe, it was moved up the street and became the first library building.
This is 1909. This card was sent in 1909, but I think it's earlier than that.
That's
That's a
Parsons.
section of Main Street in North Chatham. We think they are working on the road.
Oh, yeah.
They had sidewalks?
There was a dirt road.
Oh yeah, they had concrete sidewalks and a dirt road, and never mind how you travel. Public school, down the road here,
That's the schoolhouse.
heading north. Don't forget them lovely sidewalks.
Oh, yes.
Well, the heck with you people to go on the road. This is pre-1907. That's the street view looking towards Albany. I don't know if this is the one or not, but I think we have one coming up where you can see the trolley sign up in the middle up here.
My yard.
There it is. Trolley sign. Oh, you had the trolley that went through North Chatham. Okay. Nearing the railroad.
That's Lois's house over on the right.
Right here.
Wow.
North Chatham Methodist Church pictured here as it looked in 1871.
Yeah. It was built by Rings. Old John Ring was the carver. And that steeple was a direct copy from the Methodist, from the Mexican Church in Cambridge. And no,
That Charlie ringing the bell? No.
Yeah, I've been up there, Bob.
There you are, North Chatham, New York, 1906. Dear Mrs. Woodruff, I thought you would like a picture of your old home, so I'm sending you one. Nelson sent Mrs. Mr. Woodruff one of the church yesterday. We are all well here at present, and we'll write you a little later.
Mr. Woodruff was a minister there.
Yeah, love to all, and signed by Nettie, whoever Nettie was. Okay.
Nettie Loman.
That's the parsonage and the church.
That's the parsonage.
And that was his home. We went directly here after parting with you last evening. Carl and Paul went with me. Don't you think it's quite a natural picture? 1906 R.B. Can't read it.
Maybe something.
Probably went to Martin and Bjorn, yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask a question. Is that the bridge that they went through down
That's
here?
down by the old Hicks place. On 203, it's the old bridge,
Yeah.
the bridge now.
Down by Waldorf?
Near the
Just
wall.
first- yeah.
But
Okay.
the bridge cuts across the pull that now, but that was replaced.
Right.
And it was there right down close to the barns.
I did read what bakery truck that was.
Down,
I think it's in the book,
Little Lake Road.
Dale, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't see that. This is news to me, Dolly.
That's my place.
See, I don't have to say a word now.
Talk.
Huh?
Gotta speak up, we can't hear you.
What about it?
I don't have to say a word for the next 3/4.
Well, the barn burned in 1962. When we moved there, it looked very much like that. I was 4.5 years old, and we children loved to play on that upstairs porch, except that it was in pretty bad shape. His mother was afraid we'd fall off or that the railing would break, so she had that upper porch taken off and put the railing on the downstairs porch. And when they took off the upstairs porch, they discovered a trim up under the, special little slats or whatever to form a design up under the eaves, which indicated there originally had not been an upstairs porch.
In 1901, it was known as the Palmer House.
Right? That's when Harvey's had it. I have the same picture.
Who
I
had
know
it?
everybody
Harvey's.
All right, now I think we're going to change ownership. Not yet, but we will get back to it. There, we're going to change it to the Kingman House.
This was an ad in the book.
I put that in for the ad. Also, your main drag.
Also, we got an ad there for TV, van to car, dry goods, groceries, and general merchandise.
Right. The goods are right and the prices are right, somebody says.
Oh, that's the name of the man who signed the card, TV Van de C.
There, we're now at the Kingman House in 1906.
Without the top floor.
No, that's not
the same
water.
place.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Big flood?
Yep.
I think it's flood, yep.
We had that north porch taken off many years before we left there, because it shaded the living room so much, it made it very dark and damp in there.
Kingman House,
Yeah.
barn still there. This is,
No, the barn's not there, that's the one moved down.
oh, that's
from the-
pre-1907.
Oh, the barn was there then, burned in
Yeah.
72.
There's the Kingman House, and it's still with the porch on. Oh, this one is to it, yeah, okay.
I gave Patty.
We may change things around here.
That's it.
Tells you what it is, right?
Yeah. That was before you. We still have the old sign.
Uh-oh. What's it called now?
Getting up to my day.
Oh, all right.
Rendell's.
But that was when we first got, or somebody else put that there, it wasn't, because we didn't have the fence, the picket fence around it when we had it. We took some of it down, some of it was.
Now, we're getting up in the air over things.
That's the, when I lived there. The year before the barn burned, that was.
1961. Is this the school?
Kramer House.
Kramer House, okay. Uh-oh. What happened?
That's the present day.
Is that what, oh, yeah? Who did that?
Gavin Arrows bought it from me and did a beautiful job working on it.
We were in it the other day, very nice.
Now you need to take another picture now they've got the picket fence in the garden out
Oh,
front.
have they? As soon as I can afford to film, I'll go up and do it. Where did this stand, please? Somebody tell me.
Old, this old store, where was that store?
Right next to the schoolhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
Just north, just this side of the schoolhouse. Now it's the old store. People built an attached house, and now it's two separate apartments. I mean, they're houses. That's the one I bought.
Number one, parsonage.
Yep.
Number two, the present church. Number three, the original church in 1834.
And that's Connie Espinal's place. And in case you're interested, out in the back lot, maybe I shouldn't tell you what that is.
No. I mean, yes, go ahead.
Manure on the snow.
Well, that was part of Arnold's farm, and they had been spreading manure. So it shows up in the picture beautifully.
They still do that in Kinderhook.
That's still the best time to snow on the snow. I said, that's still the best time of the year to spread manure when there's snow on the ground.
Sure.
You might notice the horse sheds are here in 1906.
Yep.
North Chatham Church.
They burned
Gorgeous
in the
trees.
50s, I guess.
Entertainment given by the Sunday School, the North Chatham ME Church. Friday evening, October 30th, 1925 at 7:30 p.m. Music by the courtesy of Mr. and Mrs. Cozygarten, Mr. P. Dockendorf, and Mrs. C. Renshaw.
Mrs. Renshaw lived in North Chatham, but the other two were from Nassau.
Right.
I know the Cozygardens.
The old mill.
Hubert Arnold Cider Mill.
Yep.
Take a good look at it, and we'll show you what it looks like.
Back of Doris Appel's Justice and
Yeah.
Peace place.
We went back and took
We
this
went back and
picture
took the, I'm sorry.
in 1993.
Yep.
That's what they look like now.
Yep. No longer used.
The old cider mill.
Down the road behind Bio
And
Johnson.
that's the sawmill down the bottom. That's the old sawmill down the bottom.
All the rules
That's a
and
sawmill on the bottom?
regulations they have now about,
You couldn't do anything.
well, alongside of the cider mill was a
See, we had
place
race
with a
rooms.
sloping floor, and they could raise a trap door and let the apples go through, and the farmers dumped the apples in. And we kids, we were 7 or 8 years old, we'd get in there barefooted on the apples and play. It was great fun because they rolled. Yeah.
What's this?
You don't get the year for that?
No.
Sorry.
I'm trying to remember. I have it at home. I was treasurer.
Originally a covered wooden bridge up here on the corner.
Well, that was there
The
before.
bridge over the Valatia Kill.
Yep.
Can you read the rest?
President, Route 32 was called Russell's Bridge as he owned property on both sides. The creek was much wider then because of a dam on the Russell property. The wooden bridge was replaced with a metal bridge when the county paved the road. That's the top, looking across Russell's Bridge from west to east in 1906.
The high dive and the swing at the deep hole at Rings Park.
1932.
I swam in China. I'm too small. I swam in
One section of the tree.
Would you back up about 3 pictures where you showed the mill?
No, those are the
The cider mill?
down by the road.
Okay, the top
He
one
never
is the
went. I
press
was gone.
mill,
I was gone before he got there.
Okay.
and the middle one is the cider mill,
Uh-huh.
and the bottom one is the sawmill.
I
Oh,
know Craig.
mills down
I barely ever remember,
Okay.
so I'm older than
You
Craig.
see, we only marked this one. We couldn't get any information out of anybody, so I didn't mark these two. Now we know.
thank you very much.
I was no, he was like that. Oh, that's very good. I was born 1980. Yeah, we were born. I'm
North
10 years
Chatham.
older than he is.
You'll take a look and you'll see where you were and what it used to look like. There is what remains of the old trolley line, and there is a double trolley.
Those farms were down.
Oh, look at here.
All three in Little Lake Road.
North
There's
Chatham had a station.
About
I
time.
didn't know that until I saw this.
It's about time. I thought you didn't have it.
Better known as the firehouse.
It is now the firehouse.
Right. And addition squad too.
Big bar.
Well, that was, but they were there when the railroad began, was still running.
All right, we had a discussion the other day. Why is that there? Dale, any answer?
I don't know, I've got the same question, and I'm gonna find out if it's the last thing I do, right? Let me point
Well, it
out.
might be.
Yeah, it might be. Let me point out one thing that was interesting. This right here, which looks for all the world like a semaphore on a lot of US railroads, is really a train order signal. The thing that's unique about the Albany Hudson, I think, is that every station had one of those guys. And it wasn't a low budget operation for years because it's very expensive, obviously, to build them and maintain them. But up there, at the top is a kerosene lamp and a semaphore, which says effectively, if it's out here, it tells the station master has some reason to stop the train, to tell them there's trouble ahead, or another train ahead, or I've got a message or something for you. And when it's in the lower position, lower quadrant, or straight up, it needs to proceed. But most of the times, they would take a lantern, hang it on a baggage car somewhere. It was a lot less expensive to do. So it's interesting that even the smallest stations had those. I don't quite know how they could afford it, but I guess the power company had money in those days. Because they did a first-class job on that.
Might
Very
know-
unusual to see on a railroad.
Might note the milk cans.
Milk cans, right?
Yeah.
That was before the.
Yeah, we'll read this for you. The new schoolhouse that was built in 1906 didn't have a bell. So Mr. Russell, the trustees in 1907, took the bell and cupola off the old schoolhouse and put it on the new one.
That's when my mother quit school, because when it was across the road by the church, she could walk to it. Her mother had died, so she had to go home and cook meals.
A very old house that was vacant many years, was tore down to build a new schoolhouse. And the initials is LAW. That's somebody living here in North Chatham.
That's why they will.
Okay, so we have to know, there we are. They're gonna start to build. The first part that was built, plans were made in 1868, and they called it the Niverville to Hudson Railroad. It was a long time after that before they even got started to run on it.
But that's the little lake.
There's the one we were looking to. Look at that poor thing. A trolley car and a horse. Guess who won? And that's at Merchants Crossing, and isn't that Nassau?
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
That's my father, the front there.
Fire and Williams area now.
1920. Jane Rundell said that. We should put that on the tape.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I said it.
What was your father's name?
What was your
Jane?
father's name, Jane?
Beg pardon?
What was your father's name?
Richard Rendell.
I'm not saying a word.
That's here, as the library opened, the little one, there were 2 cases at the back and the old pot-bellied stove and the table, and at the front there were 2 more bookcases. There was a long bench, and that was about it when it opened. I'm quoting other people. That was before my time.
Oh, who's that?
That's me. When did you take a picture of my tree?
No, you know that. Is that your sister to pose for, or is that you?
I don't know, but it's me. My
Jane
house.
Rundell and her sycamore tree.
What's the history of that? That's the oldest sycamore tree living in here.
Jane, what's the history of that? It's the oldest sycamore tree where?
It's one of the oldest trees in Columbia County, but it's the plaque that I'm standing by there says it calls it a bicentennial tree. That was put there in 1976.
Okay.
That's it. That's
That
it.
was it.
That's old.
That was Old Chatham, and this ends the North Chatham thing. And people got questions. I imagine there's enough people here to answer them.
She just sent it.
Thank you.
Thank you. As George just said, there are refreshments right over here before you leave. And we would like to thank Bob, Evelyn Montai, send you home.
Was that my lunch?
Memento. It was some lunch. We kept you here so long beyond the time that we figured, you missed a meal with your schedule today. You told me about your schedule.
Thank you. That wasn't necessary, but thank you very much.
Please, questions?
Oh, just two things, Dale.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah.
There. Can I just say one more thing? The Albany Southern Niagara Mohawk people took down all their steel poles. I went to see the powers that be. The trolley line ran behind our old homestead, and they allowed me to resurrect the old tags and stuff that stood on 4 poles, continuous numbers. Out of 6 poles, I managed to get some. And I asked them, how about the rest if I picked up any? Don't see any reason why you can't, so we ended up with 23 or 24 sets of these. But this is the most important one.
Naturally, because it was on his farm.
Yeah, but the reason I brought you here is just tell the people what you have, and then we'll go.
I only recently began to collect things from this railroad, and I should have started many years ago, but I was able to get a few things. The classification lamp is an absolute treasure. I have a pass issued to the chairman of the board in Albany Southern, pass number 1 in 1916. And here's an old timetable from it's about 1920 or 21, so there wasn't much time left, but it shows some of the highlights along the way, especially Electric Park. It shows the schedule of how often they run trains. Getting very difficult to find this stuff. It's probably still in an attic somewhere, but it's getting difficult to find. Most of the time I spent studying the Catskill Mountain Railway, the Otis, over in Green County where I was raised, and some of the other local railroads, Central New England, Rutland. But I'm late coming to this one, but I'm trying to play catch up now. So if you get down to Germantown anytime, you're welcome to stop in. Just give me a call ahead of time. Dale Flansburgh's in the book, and I'll make sure I'm there if you'd like to walk through history. It's not a big operation, but
oh, it's tremendous.
You
wouldn't believe it.
Well, it's a labor of love, so that's why it's easy to do.
I bought in on your minute, and then the old trolley station in Kinderhook, 1907.
Got to move
was
up.
found. I didn't know you. Well,
It's hard to see the back of your head all the
good
time.
thing you're sitting there.
Okay, thanks.
You got
Don't run away, Pat. You want that back.
How long was the trip from Hudson to Albany? How long did it take?
I'd have to look at the schedule. They seem to run trains every 20 minutes for a couple hours in the morning and at night, and every about 45 minutes in between. That would be a function of how many people want to use it, I guess. But some of the paper Bob found shows people buying tickets from Kinderhook. For a nickel, they went to Valatia, a dime to Rossman's, for 20 cents to Hudson, a dime to Albany.
That's all right. I think that you should stay up there. I think other people want to ask you questions.
There are passes.
I think other people want to ask you questions.
I met him not so many years ago, it must be 8 or 9 years ago. I was with the color guard at the county farmers parade. The boys was well, it was from the 90s, was supposed to be fine. But I saw him once and had him autographed my book and went board. There's his pictures in there. Walter Cross was only 3 or 4 years old. I don't know if you've seen the book on the Albany Hudson Fast Line. Lloyd Welch's pictures in there when he was only 3 years old. It's in that book. Is that right? You did? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, they're getting there's pictures in there. I don't know who he's with. There's only
How are you doing?
Don't you do that.